Good afternoon, friends. I recently watched Defiant Pipes video on whether to use pipes for pleasure or to view them as a piece of art, not to be smoked. And I suppose this is my VR to that. As many of you know, I thoroughly enjoy corncob pipes, but I have been recently getting briar pipes and enjoying them as well. Many of my briar pipes I do only smoke every now and then. My Stanwell that I recently purchased, I smoke regularly, not as much as I do my corncob though. And what I want to show you today is my starter pipe from when I began this hobby, and it was or is still a briar, but I use it more like a corncob. And the reason I say that is, as you can see, there's pieces missing here, the ferrule piece, and a rather large crack going down the front, and you can kind of see it on the inside also. And even though this is a briar, and I respect that it's a briar, I figured since this is my starter pipe, I would use it more often as I would a corncob, which means I wouldn't, not baby, but I wouldn't be hesitant if something like this were to happen. Now, if this were to happen to the Stanwell that I just purchased, I would be upset. But this is a good smoker, just like any corncob would be, and I tend to be less delicate with this than I would a different briar pipe. And this is my Country Gentleman, and I'm sure all of you are familiar with this shape and this size, but this is my most frequently smoked corncob. And I'm not sure if you can tell, but it has gotten considerably darker around the shank here, and recently I found that the entry is sometimes the shank will come out, so I just kind of cram it back in. But this is my most frequently smoked pipe, and I enjoy this thoroughly. I have replaced the stem a few times because of clenching. You got a, can't really tell here. This one doesn't have it, but you can kind of see a indentation on the bottom, bottom right there, from writing down. And with the starter pipe, what I call my anti-cob, I guess, or a something like that. It doesn't get teeth marks because of the stem. It doesn't need replacing nearly. Actually, I haven't replaced it at all. And this smokes like a cob. It stays well lit. I don't have any problems despite the crack. I did put kind of an Elmer's glue sealing on the outside of it, and you can kind of see that inside the crack. You might be able to. And down here as well. You can kind of tell on the outside of the bowl the smear marks right there and there. So I have tried to preserve this little pipe as much as I could, and it smokes greatly. If something were to happen where I can't smoke it, it's not that big of a deal. So I guess what I'm trying to say is you're right. Pipes should be enjoyed as often as you can. The aesthetic pleasure of a lot of the briars do offer a more unique experience to the smoke, but it's not the reason for enjoying the pipe. And I don't know if this really makes any sense to anyone but myself, but hopefully that kind of adds to what Max was saying about the various pipes. The Dagner poker that he got, uh, for all purposes that I can see, is a cob. It's a more stylish cob, but still it should be smoked like a cob. Just like the starter pipe, now that I've got the technique more down than when I originally started, this should be enjoyed like a cob, because cobs are what I'm familiar with, and cobs are what I smoke more often. Um, so I suppose I'm still part of the cob team. I suppose that I do find the joys of a briar every now and then, but only when I'm looking for a particular type of smoke. Uh, briar offers something that cobs don't, but then again, cobs offer a comfort that not all briars possess. You can just easily grab a cob and fill it and smoke it and not have to worry. And that's why I wanted to show my starter pipe, because that's how I can use that now, is I fill it and don't have to worry. I know it can withstand whatever I can give it. I think that's enough rambling for now. Hopefully you're all well, and I will see you around. Thank you.